the Bobcats ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. He'll bring it out. It's Goff. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. The Broncos offense that has the first possession of the game. And this sophomore wide receiver is a playmaker. He's a good route runner, good solid hands, and a big part of this passing attack.
It's pretty amazing when you watch this offense because they're not very talented. They're average, quite honestly, in a lot of spots. Except the guy at wide receiver, David. He is elite. And today on offense, everything should go through him.
And when you've got one of those guys, you've got a chance, right? One guy that puts fear in the defense. And I love that we continue to see guys have real success at smaller levels, right? It's not just the power four. These are guys that end up getting plucked and go to the next level. You can still be a burner and still have that great speed and route running and develop. And this guy has, and he is one of the best players on he actually is the best player on this team, and he is option number one for this squad. My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
In the gun, looking to throw on third down. He's got it. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
It's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
And he almost had a pick.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open. And that's why that one fell incomplete.
Running inside. It's Goff. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those five guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those five offensive linemen.
Third and long right here. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one. First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. Makes a move. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. The Bobcats offense will now get its first chance with the football. Brad Jackson, still a lot of upside for this quarterback, and they're hoping he can reach his potential.
And I can just tell you, man, just by watching the tape of this dude at the quarterback spot, I don't like it. And I say that, I don't like it from a defensive perspective because he's just got so much speed. He can put so much stress on a defense, and it's just one guy. Break one tackle, can take
just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting in those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
Changing the routes with his receivers. Jackson gonna throw it. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be third down. trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. The Bobcats will send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. Here comes the Broncos offense to start the drive. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Tackle behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play.
And not great blocking up front. They're struggling to get the running game going. And tell you what, they got to find something. Last week it was a bad performance, and this offense has got to get some momentum early in this game and find something that they do really, really well and someone they can count on.
Grab behind the line. It's Wagner. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it one high safety? Is it two high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
Yeah, and this man, you got to do a better job blocking. And I tell you what, that's kind of been a theme throughout the season. They haven't been high-powered. They haven't really figured out who they are yet. And they still got time. The season's not over yet, but this offense still in identity mode.
He'll be thinking about that one. Almost an interception.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Looking to the big tight end. Another. And here comes the punt team. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Cradles it at the 35. He's brought down, not a lot of room to take that one back. This should be the last play of the quarter. Defense makes a stand as the clock runs down to 0. We've come to the break, and Texas State has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. And they got the completion, but no yards. Now they need to go forward to avoid a 3rd and long. Takes this handoff and headed to the right.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Jackson will throw. Going to try to get it himself. Tried to scramble his way free, but that defense does a great job, and there's no gain on the play. And the Bobcats will call on their punt team. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. And so the Boise State offense comes out to go to work. And this quarterback has had a rough game. They thought they'd be able to lean on their passing game, but so far it has been a complete struggle. Turnover didn't help either. They've got to take care of the football. They'll go to the counter play. Fights off a defender.
Well, I know he was struggling to get going early in this game. That right there, though, was easily his best run so far. And this is one of the more talented running backs you're going to see in the entire nation. They need more runs like that to get this offense going if they're going to win this game.
9-yard pickup on 1st down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. The handoff as they run the counter play here. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down.
The counter play is a great play to mix in with your base concepts. Obviously, everybody flies to the football, bang. Now you pull a guy, you go backside, give him a little counter, keep the defense off balance.
Selling the run, but he wants to throw it. In traffic, it's Goff. He's down right there, short gain on the grab.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
2nd and long here. They'll move the wide receiver. Hits inside. It's Stewart. And he's brought down after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Under pressure. He holds it in, and nobody's close. He'll be pulled down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line as they play a little pitch, catch, and run.
And, man, that has to be frustrating for this defense. You give up a big play. What do you want the secondary to do? Man, you've got to get pressure on the quarterback at some point. And he kept going. He kept having time to go through. If I'm a defensive back, I'm going right to the defensive line. Hey, bro, can we get some pressure on the quarterback, man? That's unacceptable.
Run in the red zone. It's Goff. No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll run it to the left here, looking for the goal line. Stopped right there.
Defense becomes even more heightened in this area of the field. You get the short yard situations, the goal-to-go situations. They've got to be dialed in. That's 2 big stops in a row by this defense, forcing a 3rd and goal, putting some pressure now on this offense.
On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Rushes on. Touchdown, Broncos! What a catch in the end zone for 6.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. Jackson gonna throw it. Buying a little time to his left. Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 coming.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off, he takes off, and gets a positive gain.
Wants to go up top on 2nd down. Here comes the heat. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Yeah, and he looked like he had the opportunity to secure that, obviously open over the middle of the field, but you know how that works. Middle of the field, more defenders. Am I going to get whacked when I hit this thing? It makes those guys think a little bit. You see more drops over the middle of the field.
Nice job to get it past the sticks and then get him down at the 35.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
The Bobcats have it with a 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs going up top. Back's got it on the screen. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Well, they pick up the 1st down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the 1st.
This is a designed run. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
He's going to run it. Keeps it and gets past the chains. That is frustrating for a defense, for a quarterback to beat you with his feet.
These guys aren't human anymore. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
Jackson will throw. Caught by Williams on the left. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Avant. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. He's going to take off. Breaks into the open. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8. And now the Broncos call their first of 3 timeouts. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the 1st down. Out wide right, it's Evans. Trying to hit him with a quick game on 1st down, and nothing doing there. Timeout taken by Boise State. 2nd time they've stopped the clock here in the half. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this 1st half. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Jackson gonna throw it. Look out! And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Texas State.
That play calling menu just gets so much bigger when I got a guy, Jesse, that can do this. Like, he can run the football, such a weapon. We saw it all throughout this game so far, and you see it once you get closer to that red area, man. You get that +1 advantage having your quarterback that can be a running threat.
And the frustrating part for a defense, too, is that even when you're right, you're wrong. And we've seen on some of these runs today, guys have been in position to make a tackle, but they just can't get him down on the ground. He's got that dynamic running ability. He's a true dual threat, and right now he's given this defense all they can handle.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can improve. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
And I feel like that was predetermined. They told him in the huddle, man, chuck that thing down the field. Like, haven't run the ball well, haven't thrown it well. They haven't really gotten started off on the right foot in this football game. It looks like they're still searching for answers, for something that they can get some momentum going.
And with that, the Broncos use their final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Throws to the wideout. Between the hashes, it's Temple. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Oh, pressure's coming. Under heat, he gets rid of it.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Rush right in his face. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
On 3rd and long, you know what's coming. That's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the 4th down.
The Broncos will punt it away on 4th down. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Guys, week 9, kind of a week where we separate the pretenders from the contenders here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with the UNLV Rebels taking on the number 7 team, the Texas A&M Aggies. And it's UNLV coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. And that's now 5 straight victories. They've really been clicking on all cylinders at this point of the season. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now back over to your game inside Bobcat Stadium. back and forth we've gone so far, and these numbers, it's funny, third down conversions don't always tell the story. Maybe staying out of those situations in the second half is the safest pathway to victory. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas inside Bobcat Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. And the Broncos will kick it off to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Texas State takes the field hoping to get this drive started. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. They'll keep it on the ground to start the second half. It's a fumble! And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Oh, and it's a hit like that that will absolutely light up the sideline, light up the stadium, change the momentum.
We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Using his legs, it's Avent. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
This defense has the ability to get pressure on the QB from the edge. And I don't necessarily mean from defensive ends, but from the outside linebackers. These guys get in their sprinter stances, and they come off the ball. That outside linebacker showed you his speed right there.
Let's see what call they have on third and long from the 28. Making the adjustment. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Makes a catch. They make the tackle at the 36. Let's see if they bring out the punt team. And the Bobcats line up to punt it away. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt, and I'm sure they tried to make some adjustments at halftime after a little bit of a rocky first half. Quick give. It's Goff. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
And that's just an example of the defense having a better play call than you have on offense. I like the creativity offensively, but how about the defense having their cornerback in position to make the play?
Third and long coming up. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking down the middle. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line.
If they're going to sit back in zone, I'm going to make sure I know exactly what they're doing, find those holes, find those crossing patterns, and take advantage of that zone coverage.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. Makes the grab and down immediately. He picks up a few.
Defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
Fires to the middle. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally. They understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
The Broncos are moving quickly down the field. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football even if they don't get big gains. It's those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Right back to the well. Made a defender miss. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And finally, we see a nice gain. That's his best run of the game. And this offense works best when he is going. And then you can throw the passing game and the play action, and there's more balance. So maybe that's a sight of things to come. Maybe they can get this thing going and get back in this football game.
They'll run it in the red zone. It's Goff. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hands, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding it.
Touchdown, Broncos! With that, they grab the lead here in the second half. He'll try to tack on one more.
My man, get him the ball. He will do the rest. Catches the football, walks into the end zone. Feed that man the rock.
And with the extra point, they're on top by 5. On the run from inside his own 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. They weren't able to move it on their last possession, ended up punting it away, but now in a tight game, another opportunity for this offense. Play action on first down. Right side, it's Avant. The Bobcats can really attack on this 2nd and short. To the back. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Jackson will throw. They'll flip it out to the back on the screen. Turning it on! They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down. And now the Broncos call their first of 3 timeouts. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. And the Bobcats have it with a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Avant. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Makes the grab, it's Evans. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive, and you could see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
Drops back on first down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
Out wide right, it's Bussey. Touchdown, Texas State. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. Trying to push the lead to a field goal with his two-point conversion attempt. On target. He gets in there for the two-point conversion and pushes the lead to 3.
Well, that's the right call to go for 2 right there because the analytics say if you get it, you now make it a 3-point game and your opponent can only tie with a field goal. If you had gone for 1, your opponent can take the lead with the kick. So nice job there getting it executed.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes and they'll stop him at the 16. Boise State ready to send out that offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Defense in press coverage. Finds a crease, it's gone. Runs through the tackle. Finds some space enough to get 5 to the 22.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
This game will officially be in the book shortly. Gives us a minute to check out the Week 9 scoreboard for the top 12 in college football. And we're just about ready to go with the final quarter. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Kept the last one on the ground, now they'll throw. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the third down.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They've got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
They'll need to convert this third down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. From the gun, wants to pass. Turns it loose deep. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB. And the Broncos will try to pin them back with the punt. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Secures it at the 30. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Bobcats offense comes out to go to work. Quarterback changing the play. Off play action on first down. Caught, it's Simpson.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
The Bobcats have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. He's loose on the right. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Boise State.
So much pressure on this defense just to get a stop on this drive. They were trailing, but after that turn of events and the interception, they've now got the lead. And remember, they're going to have to come right back on the field. They've got to be able to refocus themselves. But what a play.
And he added the extra point.
Boise State, 21. Texas State, 17.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. Jackson gonna throw it. They're all over it. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Tight end now in motion. And the timing just a hair off.
Well, we've got a close game here at the start of the fourth quarter, right? This team obviously is down, but they're not playing it close to the vest. Being aggressive, first play of the drive, trying to throw it down the field. They're going to have to complete some of these if they're going to get this comeback win in this game.
Second down to the air. Under pressure. That's a 20. That's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Man, what a big-time play for this defense. Backed up, they come after the quarterback, and they get a hit, and it's a physical one. Get the football out, and man, do they set their offense up with great field position inside the 10-yard line.
Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Right back to it. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. The Broncos come to the line needing just inches for the first down. Driving forward, it's Goff. They got him on the ground. Great tackling by this D to stop him short of the first down marker.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
On 4. He will be stopped short of the line to gain, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, blowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play. Really good job by this defense.
Jackson will throw. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Oh, that just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Moving out to the right. Fires on the move. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force him into a 4th down. And the Bobcats will line up to punt it away. That leg is staying loose, already the 5th kick of the night. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offense to start the drive. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
And I'll tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
Nowhere to go and not much to show for that one. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a third down stop. Powers inside. He's not even going to make it back to the line of scrimmage as the defense gets big-time penetration. And the Broncos decide to punt it away. This will be the 5th kick of the night. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Texas State takes the field, hoping to get this drive started. And now, deep in the fourth quarter, a chance to go down the field and take the lead in this ball game. Sells to run, looking to pass. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
This really has been a Jekyll and Hyde story for this quarterback. His last game out, he completed over 80% of his throws, but things just not going his way in this one. You've got to give the defense a ton of credit.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
And that's what the offense wants. They want to see you in man coverage, and they want to throw those slants, use those wide receivers and their big bodies to catch the football. Elite coverage. Great job being glued to your guy and being physical when he caught it. When he catches the football, I've got to immediately impact him so he can't catch it. That's how it's done.
Still looking. And the heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. How about this strong safety here, just trusting his gut and going and making a play on the quarterback?
And you can't coach that. A lot of times people see things or they don't and understand, I can go get him right now. I can understand the situation. There's all kinds of guys throughout history that just have a great feel. He had a great feel on that play, went to the quarterback, got the sack.
And so the Boise State offense comes out to go to work. This game is so close to being salted away if the offense can just run out the clock. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Running with pace, changing speed, showing the moves. He's down to the 30. The clock continues to run, and they'll be happy to wind it all the way down before they snap it. They'll move the tight end. The ride. There he goes. They'll get him on the ground, but he takes it all the way down to the 10.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
They say success rate can be picking up about 4 or so on first down, 1st and 10. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs.
Touchdown Broncos! Excellent pass by the back on the option. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Jackson gonna throw it. Complete to Williams over the middle. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Lost to throw on first. Unloads to the wideout. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Well, this situation in the game, trailing with not a lot of time left, I understand going to the sideline to try and save clock, but you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. Don't be afraid to use those. You can attack the middle of the field, use the timeouts to save the clock that way.
Slips away. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He's knocked down short game, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He's changing the play. Needs it here on 4th down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Oh, he makes the play. It's intercepted. Bringing it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. After this, it'll be a wrap.
Here we go, ready.
Looking for room, it's Goff. Oh, he's got some space. He'll be brought down inside the 10-yard line at the 9. You know, there's no real reason to panic, but if you think about it, when does panicking ever really help? But certainly this was a bitterly disappointing outcome.
And you can look at a lot of different statistics, and I know we tend to overcomplicate college football these days, but guys, at the end of the day, it comes down to 2 very simple things. You can't turn the ball over, and you can't have penalties. You do those things, David, and it'll beat you every time.
That's the difference between winning and losing. It's the small things, but find those things that you need to improve on. Keep working on them. Keep developing. Those things you do well, let's do those. Let's do more of those things more consistent.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.